Hello, everybody, and welcome to Military Mind here on TVP World. My name is Don Arleth. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, overnight on August 4th, Russian forces attacked Ukraine with one Iskander-M ballistic missile and more than 100 strike UAVs. Ukrainian forces reported one ballistic missile strike alongside 14 drone strikes across the country. According to local authorities, 2 children and an elderly woman were killed in Sumy after Russian forces dropped 6 guided aerial bombs on civilian infrastructure across the city, with 4 other people wounded in the attack. Further south in Mykolaiv, a woman was killed and 7 people were wounded due to an overnight Shahed drone attack. In neighboring Dnipro, 2 people were hurt in a Russian strike, while several private homes were damaged. Meanwhile, 2 Polish fighter jets intercepted a Russian Il-20 electronic intelligence aircraft over the Baltic Sea after it was detected flying without its transponder. The aircraft did not violate Polish airspace. According to Polish Defense Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, the incident occurred around 60 kilometers northwest of Poland's northern coastline. It was the second such interception in recent days, with Kosiniak-Kamysz also reporting the interception of a Russian Il-20 on July 31st. At the same time, across the border in Russia, Wildberries warehouses caught fire in the Leningrad region following a Ukrainian drone attack. 1 person was wounded, and in Moscow, 5 people were killed with injuries inflicted on 10 others during overnight drone attacks. The most significant damage occurred in an industrial zone in the southern part of the city, where a warehouse caught fire before firefighters managed to bring the blaze under control. An electrical substation and an administrative building were also damaged. The settlement hosts 2 Wildberries sorting centers. Another Wildberries warehouse in Tver was also damaged. Moving now to the front line, where Russian forces have reportedly advanced east of Sloviansk. They struck a bridge connecting the city's western districts with the eastern area and onward to Druskivka and Kramatorsk. Military analysts believe that Russia may continue targeting bridges in an effort to isolate the strategically important Kramatorsk. Elsewhere in the agglomeration, soldiers on the ground describe the situation inside Konstantinivka as complete chaos, while acknowledging that Russian forces currently hold a significant tactical advantage. Russian troops are also attacking Ukrainian positions in the pocket west of Chasiv Yar. Ukrainian military analyst Bogdan Miroshinikov estimates that around 80% of Konstantinivka is now a gray zone, while approximately 20% is under Russian control. According to his assessment, Russian forces continue concentrating east of the city, threatening Ukrainian positions near Chasiv Yar, while also infiltrating towards Osikove, raising the risk of an operational encirclement of Konstantinivka. The logistics of the Russian occupiers on the southern front have suffered yet another devastating blow. The well-known Birds of Madyar unit staged a spectacular and masterful ambush on a convoy of Russian fuel tankers that were attempting to covertly deliver fuel to the temporarily occupied Crimean peninsula. Thanks to the skill of Ukrainian operators and timing that proved fatal to the enemy, the occupiers' fuel trucks never reached their destination, turning instead into a series of burning wrecks right in the middle of the highway. In the ruins of the frontline town of Kupiansk, scattered groups of Russian infantry search in vain to find shelter in half-destroyed private homes and basements. In an attempt to hide from Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance, Russian occupiers are turning civilian buildings into makeshift firing positions and hideouts. However, for the crews of Ukrainian heavy strike drones, these shelters become traps for the enemy. To ensure the destruction of a sturdy building or to collapse a basement ceiling, a single strike from a small mine or grenade often isn't enough. That's why operators of heavy drone bombers, known among Russian troops as Baba Yaga, in reference to a terrifying flying witch from Slavic folklore, use the TM-62 anti-tank mines. Let's take a look. Video has surfaced online showing Russian infantry watching from their positions as Ukrainian FPV drones precisely destroy a BM-21 Grad 122mm multiple rocket launcher. Instead of trying to save their valuable equipment or shoot down the drone, the occupiers could do nothing but record their own helplessness on their cell phone cameras. The destruction of a 122mm Grad multiple rocket launcher in the Donetsk sector represents a valuable reduction in Russia's firepower in that specific section of the front. The occupiers' helplessness in the face of Ukrainian strike drones proves once again that any enemy heavy equipment detected by Ukrainian armed forces' aerial reconnaissance is doomed to destruction, regardless of whether there are observers in the enemy trenches.
Тихо, тихо, не надо. Не надо, не пались.
А вот, еще.
The Ukrainian Air Force continues to demonstrate impressive adaptability and skill by integrating the latest Western aircraft into the country's air defense system. The Mirage 2005F multi-role fighters recently transferred by France have already joined round-the-clock patrols, defending Ukrainian cities from Russian air attacks. Let's take a look at how Ukrainian pilot flying a Mirage intercepted the latest high-speed variant of an enemy UAV, a Shahed-type jet-powered strike drone. That's all the time we have here on Military Mind. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for more here on TVP World.